Just as a disclaimer, we want you to know that some of the movies that we will be reviewing were shot in a different time and era where people of race and sex were not treated equally. We understand this and hope you do too. The movies or anything that happened on the sets are not the views of this podcast or what this show is intended to be all about.
Exactly. And we want to give due diligence in presenting the movie and not the views of the cast or directors or anyone involved. But we also feel it's necessary to let the audience know some of the background information to get a feel for what was happening at the time of shooting the film. Again, we hope you understand that we do not agree with everything that went on, and we just want to give out the information. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to Hollywood. Everybody comes to Hollywood, got a dream. What's your dream?
When I was a little girl, I would pretend I was a princess trapped in the tower, and then this knight on a white horse would come charging up and rescue me.
Could you tell me how to get to Beverly Hills?
Sure, for $5.
You can't charge me for directions.
I can do anything I want to, baby. I ain't lost.
All right, okay. You have change for 20?
For 20, I'll show you personally. Wow.
Impressed?
You kidding me? I come here all the time. Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two. Close your mouth, dear.
What is this girl here? Does she work? She's in sales.
Touchstone Pictures presents the story of a
This
date
isn't a date, it's business.
that led to a deal.
I have a business proposition for you. I'm going to be in town until Sunday. I'd like you to spend the week with me.
That's becoming a dream come true.
Time to shop. Get rid of your gum.
All right.
I don't believe you did that. You're going to be spending an obscene amount of money in here. So we're going to need a lot more help sucking up to us because that's what we really like. You understand me?
Sir, if I may say so, you're in the right store and the right city, for that matter.
They're two people who have no business being together.
Everybody is trying to land him.
Well, I'm not trying to land him. I'm just using him for sex.
Just doing a little business.
The company I'm buying this week, I'm getting for the bargain price of about $1 billion.
$1 billion? Your folks must be really proud, huh?
Everything was going their way.
Well done!
Well done! Walk, walk, walk!
Until
I don't want you to go.
You hurt me.
Yes.
Don't do it again.
something unexpected happened.
What the hell is wrong with you this week?
You fall in love with him? Did I not teach you anything?
Look, I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not in love with him.
I can find you an apartment and get you a car.
I want more. I want the fairy tale.
I think you are a very special woman.
You're a dream coming true.
Touchstone Pictures presents Richard Gere,
So what happened after? He climbed up the tower and rescued her.
Julia Roberts,
She rescues him right back.
Pretty Woman,
Maybe you guys could, get a house together. Buy some diamonds.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host Jimbo, and joined once again today by
Co-host Kyle.
co-host Kay. Before we get started, Kyle, we did have a review I'd like to go ahead and read.
All right.
This is from Disneyland Dinah. It says, great show, 5 stars. A must listen. You guys are fun and interesting. Attention to detail is so good. Keep up the good work. I love the show, Donna. So, Donna, thanks a lot. Appreciate you listening. Just tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a friend of me. That's what we like to say. So, thanks for listening.
Donna, you flatter me. Thank you very much.
Kyle, you just have to go above and beyond, don't you?
You know,
Above and beyond,
well,
Kyle.
I had to add something to it. I would have felt rude otherwise. Donna, you're very nice.
So, speaking of nice, and how ironic that we are actually talking about Pretty Woman today, episode 94.
94, that's right.
So, Kyle,
Yes.
you ready
Jimbo.
for the question?
This week of all weeks, I feel like I'm probably not ready for this question. Especially since you're already giggling at me.
I could have went so many ways with this question.
There's so many
Based
poor
upon this
ways.
movie.
I'm so worried right now.
But I'll go easy on you. Kyle, what do you think has been Julia Roberts' best performance?
You know, that's a good question.
Man, I thought I was going to go easy on you.
I think it's a toss-up between Erin Brockovich, which is a very different kind of tone of film, and this film. But this is probably her most iconic role. I think I'll put it there. So
I really
Pretty
think
Woman,
she did good as Tinkerbell and Hook.
Yeah. Same time though, still not the main character. Obviously, where this one she's very clear, like this. It's called Pretty Woman in the Search of Julia Roberts. That's the whole point. Like she is the Pretty Woman.
The alternate question I was going to give is, Kyle, how much would it charge you for the weekend or whatever?
The weekend it's just sandwich a day, soda. Cherry Coke.
If you get me a takeout pizza and cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke, yeah, and I'm yours.
All right, Kyle, before you start going down the whole other end of this movie.
How pathetic can we get right now? Okay.
Go ahead, take it over,
Okay,
Kyle.
podcast. Let me tell you about my problems here. Okay. No, we'll talk about the movie here. Not my problems. The movies are not my problems. Let's talk about Pretty Woman, released on March 23rd in 1990.
Were you born yet, Kyle?
I was not born yet. I was a mere glimmer in my dad's eye, as they say. Anyways, Pretty Woman was directed by the legendary Gary Marshall, written by J.F. Lawton, produced by Aaron Milchan and Stephen Ruther, composed by James Newton Howard, and cinematographer was Charles Minsky. The box office budget for the film was $14 million. Adjusted for inflation today, it's worth approximately $30 million. Opening weekend, it made $11.2 million. Adjusted for inflation, was roughly, once again, about closer to like $26 million, around there. And then gross in U.S. and Canada was $178 million, which, adjusted for inflation, would be $383 million today, so huge earnings on this movie. And then the gross worldwide was $463.4 million, and just for that, for inflation, to be worth almost $1 billion today.
There's a B with a
B with $1 billion B.
You almost sound like Dr. Evil.
Exactly.
$1 billion.
Pinkies up, everything in his mouth. Yes, that is insane money for a romantic comedy. Even half, that's close to $500 million, even when it released in 1990. That's insane money for any movie, let alone a romantic comedy, which are like, the reason, like, romantic comedies usually make a lot of money, but not that kind of money. That's just this is another level above it all. So, really incredible earnings in that movie, and well-deserved because it's so good. Let's see here. Then we're going to move on to some of the technical details here in just a moment. Now, technical details says a runtime of 119 minutes, 125 with the director's cut, which I have not seen. Sound mix, we have Dolby Stereo sound. Color info, this is a color movie. Aspect ratio, we have the 1.37 by 1 for the negative ratio and 1.85 by 1 for the intended ratio. Cameras used were the Panavision cameras and lenses, and the film length is 3,269 meters. Let's see here, what other fun facts we got going on here. Moving on to the Terrence Legacy section, we have the awards. Drum roll, all that good stuff. And for the awards, we of course have an Academy Award for the US of A. It was nominated. Julia Roberts was nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role. It's here in 1999. We also have the BAFTA Awards, where it was nominated for Best Screenplay, Best Costume Design, Best Actress, and Best Film. And also in 1991, we have the BMI Film and TV Awards, where it won the Film Music Award, and also won the Most Performed Song from a Film. It was awarded to Pert Gilsley for the song It Must Have Been Love. Then in 1991 as well, we have the Golden Globes, where it won Best Performance by an Actress and a Motion Picture, and that was, of course, given to Julia Roberts. Let's see here, we also won the Golden Screen Award in 1991, and it won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Comedy Motion Picture. Next up, we also have the Golden Screen Award for Golden Screen with 1 star for Germany. And in 1990, we also have the Jupiter Award for Best International Actress. Whew, okay, then, going on, cruising from one section to the other in rapid succession, we are going on to the cast. My favorite part, the part I do the most work on. Well, me, work is relative. I don't work very hard on this.
I was going to say,
but
work is
relative, especially since I did this actually at my old job. But regardless, let's move on. Pretty Woman has a great cast and a short one, which is nice for me. We, of course, have the legendary Julia Roberts playing her most iconic role ever as Vivian Ward in this film. She can also be recognized such films as Notting Hill in 1999.
Good movie.
Aaron Brockovich in 2000. The Ocean's trilogy of movies, which he had a small role in, but also, well, it's a more substantial role in the Ocean's trilogy from 01 to 07, Ocean's 11, 12, and 13, I believe. And I don't believe she was, no, she wasn't in the Ocean's 8 kind of reboot sequel thing. And then we have Runaway Bride in 99. Next up, we have Richard Gere playing Edward Lewis. He best recognized such films as Unfaithful in 2002, An Officer and a Gentleman in 1982, First Night in 1995, and, of course, Runaway Bride in 1999 again. Next up, we have Hector Elizondo playing Elizondo playing Barry Thompson. He could, of course, be such films as The Princess Diaries in 2001, Frankie and Johnny in 1991, and New Year's Eve in 1999, and, of course, once again, Runaway Bride in 1999.
So basically, a lot of people that were in Pretty Woman were also in Runaway Bride. So.
Yeah. These three actors specifically played major roles in Runaway Bride and Pretty Woman, despite them not being related to the other movies. So pretty fun to see them all kind of back together for that one film 9 years later. Kind of a fun coincidence, you know. Yeah, it was the early MCU. Pretty Woman. The Pretty Woman cinematic universe.
The origin story is Pretty Woman.
Laura San Giacomo plays Kit DeLuca. She was seen in such films as Quickly Down Under in 1990, The Stand in 1994.
She was great in The Stand. Did you see this TV where she played?
I don't think I have. No. I'm really silly right now because right now I'm thinking of like The Last Stand and like the mid 2000s where it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That movie was awful.
No, but this was the where she played the in the TV miniseries The Stand with Gary Sinise and Molly Ringwald and all those people.
Oh, okay, that sounds
Rob Lowe.
That sounds like a movie ripe for podcasting.
It's a miniseries.
Oh, miniseries. Okay,
it was
miniseries.
Like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, all right. Miniseries. Okay, well,
we might
still
do that, though.
right for podcasting, in my opinion. We could do TV shows. Why not? You know, we've been kicking around X-Files for years. Under Suspicion in 1991, and Nina Takes a Lover in 1994. Funnily enough, just one quick fun fact. When I was writing this down, I wrote down Nina Takes a Loser. I had to quickly
Kyle,
correct me.
I didn't know you got Nina. Nina chose you.
Very funny, Jimbo. And then I had to quickly scratch in a V for Nina Takes a Lover in 1994. Jimbo, that was so mean. Next up, we have Jason Alexander playing Philip Stuckey. Jason Alexander, of course, easily me most recognizable as George Costanza, George Costanza in the Seinfeld series, ran from 1989 to 1998. Easily his most iconic role in that film, in that show, at least, very clearly. Next up, of course, he also be seen in Shallow Hal 2001, The Man Who Saved Christmas in 2002, and White Palace in 1990.
I'll say this right now: Shallow Hal is a very underrated film.
Yes. And a very bizarre film because like none of those actors went on to kind of like do similar things to that. It's just kind of like a weird, like you look up Jack Black's entire career and then like Shallow Hal just like that's a weird. It just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
It's a good movie though.
It's still a good movie. It's just it's very odd. And also I don't know. It probably aged all right, but there's still a little bit of the whole film is about overcoming being shallow.
Didn't
at the same time maybe have some shallow.
Was Jason Alexander's character the one that had the tail?
Yes, he had the tail. It wiggled. It wiggles when I'm excited. What? I think it was like one of the last movies too that had like I think like during the credits they had the little text of like what they did with their lives afterwards. Yeah. It's like one of the last movies to ever do that. They haven't done that again since. I think it did that. If I remember correctly. We got Shallow Hal got added to that podcast list sometime. Next up, we have Ralph Bellini playing James Morse. He can do such movies as Trading Places in 1983, and then in 1988 he reprised his role in Coming to America as a little cameo because in Trading Places he was a rich old guy who basically got his money all robbed from him, and in Coming to America he plays a bum who the rich actor playing by Eddie Murphy, I forget the name of the character, gave him a sack full of cash. Basically, he's like, "We're back." Really great, funny little role he had there. He was also in such films as His Girl Friday in 1940, The Professionals in 1966, and Rosemary's Baby in 1968. So a legendary actor in his own right. This is one of his final films, actually, before he passed away. Next up, we have Eleanor Donahue playing Bridget. She was in such films as Three Daring Daughters in 1948, The Father Knows Best Show from 1954 to 1960, and Mulligan's Stew in 1977. I said Selim. What's that word? That's not a word. Next up, we have Alex Hyde playing White. Alex Hyde White playing David Morse. Sorry. Yeah, typo there. He was
typo, but it's handwritten.
Jimbo.
The secrets of the podcast are
How
out.
dare you highlight my own mistakes, my failings as a human.
I like how you tried to play the computer.
I tried to play that.
It was a typo.
Typo. It's my, I didn't mean it was the computer's typo. It was my personal typo.
That's a righto.
You can handwrite a typo if you're not...
Righto.
Jimbo, I am not right. Oh. Alex Hyde White plays David Morris, who could also be in such films as Biggles in 1986, The Phantom of the Opera in 1989, and Ironclads in 1991. Shush. You got me off my rail. Yeah, I'm not in my groove yet. I apparently I didn't have it today. Next up, we have Amy Hasbeck playing Elizabeth Stuckey. She can be seen in such films as Problem Child 1 and 2 in 1990 and 1991 respectively. The Masked Robin Hood, Men in Tights in 1993, and Dracula, Dead and Loving It in 1995.
Leslie Mills.
Next up, we have Judith Baldwin playing Susan. She can be such films as No Small Affair in 1984, Made in the US of A in 1987, and The Stepford Children in 1987. I guess that there was a sequel to The Stepford Wives. Actually, I've never heard of that. But I have no idea. But you think with the name The Stepford Children, it'd be some kind
No, I just probably somebody's
or totally unrelated.
Yelling at the podcast like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
This guy doesn't even watch movies. I know. I'm sorry.
Nobody collects them.
I've never seen a movie in my life. Bill Applebaum plays Shush You Laughing Man. Plays Howard. He can be seen in such films as Don't Tell Her It's Me in 1990.
Oh, that's a great film too.
That is Nothing in Common.
You've never seen it, have
No,
you?
I've not. Never even heard of it. Nothing in Common in 1986. Dance With Me in 1998. Then we have Hank Azaria playing a blink and you'll miss it role as a police detective at the very beginning of the film. He was there. Hank Azaria was there. Hank Azaria also, of course, very known for playing various roles in The Simpsons, chiefly Pooh, the store clerk in The Simpsons show. He's also in The Birdcage in 1996 and Along Came Polly in 2004. Then finally, we have Larry Miller playing Mr. Hollister. He was in such films as Max Keeler's Big Move in 2001, The Nutty Professor 1 and 2 in 1996 and 2000, respectively, and For Richer and Poorer in 1997. And that concludes the cast, and Jimbo making fun of me.
No, I'm not done. You're done with the cast.
We still have another podcast recorded after this, too. Okay, so Jimbo, take it from me.
Well, no, we're not done, Kyle, because I'm going to throw something else at you.
Okay, throw it at me.
Give me a summary of this movie, Pretty Woman.
They have Edward Lewis's picks up a prostitute and goes and falls in love with her in a rags to riches story for a Pretty Woman played by Julia Roberts. Basically, Edward Lewis, a rich businessman, tries to basically hire a hooker to play the role of his girlfriend, and they end up falling in love. That's the story. It's a very simple story.
It's a very simple plot. I just wanted to see what
they have a plot summary here that's like 3 paragraphs long. And I'm like, I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, so it's very interesting how good this movie is based upon just the plot that you said.
Yes.
And the way they go about it, because you say the rags are riches, where he's giving her like $3,000 a night or for the weekend or whatever.
For the week, yeah.
And when she tries to go into Rodeo Drive or whatever to buy some outfits, you know what I mean, and they don't want anything to do with her
They
because of the way
turned her
she's
away.
dressed, right?
Yeah.
But when she comes back dressed up and she's like,
that iconic
you remember
scene.
me?
Yeah, you remember me? I came in here yesterday wearing a dress, but you wouldn't sell to me. You were going to mission,
Huge,
right? Yeah,
huge
mistake. Huge mistake. Yes, that iconic moment.
Yeah, so let's go and talk a little bit about this and some of the notes we have.
The details, the fun stuff about this movie. Let's go for it. Yeah.
And by the way, we will be covering a lot of my notes come from who auditioned for Edward and who auditioned for Vivian, and I want to ask you when I get to them if they could have fit or not. So, Richard Gere and Julia Roberts had really good chemistry upon their first meeting. However, Richard Gere was not going to take the role. He was on the phone ready to turn down the part when Julia Roberts slid him a Post-it note with the words, "Please say yes" on it. He accepted the role right then. Nothing like a good old Post-it note to get people to do.
I don't know. Julia Roberts being that cute, I would do anything she says, huh? A pretty girl just like, please say yes, and then it's like, well, I have to now.
Yeah. You remember when he has the necklace case with Julia Roberts and he snaps it at her? That
real
was
surprise?
That was improvised. Yeah, it was a real surprise, and Roberts' reaction, the laughter was totally natural. The filmmakers liked it so much that they decided to leave it in the show.
Nice.
Which is funny.
It really is.
Because that's a...
really
she's like...
clap. Like, the actual panic in her eyes. Like, oh no.
This is something I didn't know either. Richard Gere actually is playing the piano. He also composed the piece of music that is being played.
Oh, that's terrific. I didn't know Richard Gere played piano. That's awesome.
Yeah. In the dinner scene where Vivian flings the Snell across the room, the waiter says, "It happens all the time." Gary Marshall cast the same actor in The Princess Diaries in 2001, years later, and gave him the same line. So, talk about typecasting.
That's fantastic.
During the sex scene, Julia Roberts got so nervous a visible vein popped out of her forehead. Director Gary Marshall got into bed with Julia and Richard Gere. Marshall and Gere massaged her forehead until the vein disappeared. Julia also broke into hives and was given calamine lotion until they were finally able to shoot the scene.
Oh my gosh. I feel that is also that is very funny, but also so sad. I could imagine feeling that like imagine you're having the sex scene and like all these things are going wrong, only making it worse.
Yeah, it just goes from bad to worse.
It's like, I'm sorry guys, we can't film right now. Julia Roberts is so nervous, a giant vein coming out of her forehead. Julia, what?
Can you imagine Gary Marshall is like climbing into bed with him? What were you supposed to be the problem?
You're already so nervous, and then that also happens to you, which just makes you more nervous. That's the snake eating its own tail. It's just, oh man, I feel so bad for Julia.
The opera Richard Gere takes Julia Roberts to is La Traviata, which is about a prostitute who falls in love with a wealthy man. So that's kind of symbolic there.
No, yeah.
While shooting the scene where Vivian is lying on the floor at Edward's penthouse watching the old I Love Lucy, where she's stomping in the grapes in the wine barrel, the reruns, in order to achieve a genuine laughter, the director, Gary Marshall, had to tickle Roberts' bare feet out of camera reach to get her to laugh so hysterical.
That's... Okay.
The necklace that Vivian wears to the opera really cost $250,000. While filming, a security man from the jewelry store equipped with a gun was constantly standing behind the director.
Oh. I just imagine like the director's hostage that whole moment. Just, if anyone tries to rob it, the director gets it. They just shoot the director. That'd be hilarious.
Richard Gere and Julia Roberts are 18 years apart in real life. They were 40 in this movie. Richard Gere was 40, and Julia Roberts was only 22 at the time of this filming.
Ooh. Age disparities are real. Wow. It's ridiculous that you don't really realize it when you're watching that film.
Because I didn't know she was only 22 in that film.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Richard Gere was that old or that Julia Roberts was that young. 22.
Richard Gere always just looks the same though.
Yeah,
he looks 40 in every movie he plays.
Yeah. Well, even in the earlier the Sir and the Gentleman, I believe it was
Officer and Gentleman.
Yeah, Officer and Gentleman. Like he looks exactly like that, even though I think he actually is in his mid-20s when that movie came out. So yeah, I understand. Like Richard Gere just has that face that's just like. He looked like that forever. And Julia Roberts, too. She looks like the way she looked 22.
All right, and here we have our first cast that was going to play Edward Lewis. Mm-hmm. Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve. No.
Julia Roberts.
He's not bad, but no.
But at the time, Julia, during his screen testing or whatever, Julia Roberts had other business to attend, and when unable to read the lines with Reeves during the audition, the casting director read her part as Vivian Ward so badly that Reeves grew furious, tore up the script, and stormed out. I think he could have. If you ever watched Somewhere in Time, he does a really good job. I think he could have pulled it off.
He doesn't have the same presence on screen. I don't think so. Like he played Superman. He's an amazing person in real life as well as on screen. I think he is a great actor, but I couldn't see him.
But have you seen him in anything else besides Superman?
No.
Okay, so then therefore your argument's invalid.
Moving
on.
Still, I see him with Superman though. I couldn't when he has a suit on, he's Clark Kent to me. So I can't imagine Clark Kent playing the suave businessman. I can't imagine that. At that point, it's Bruce Wayne. That's not the same thing.
The red coat that Vivian wears was bought for $30 from a movie usher in the street shortly before filming. During the scene where Julia Roberts sings along to Prince in the bathtub, sliding down and dunking her head under the bubbles, Julia Roberts came up and opened her eyes and saw that everyone had left, even the cameraman who got the shot. All of the scenes filmed on Rodeo Drive were done on Sundays because the city has strict filming rules on that street.
Makes sense. I'm not sure. Rich neighborhood, they probably can make those kind of demands.
Yes, there is an urban myth.
Urban myths
about Pretty Woman.
Is there a man who's
where
in the background?
The original plans was Vivian was supposed to be addicted to cocaine, and part of the deal was she couldn't do drugs during that week. At the end of the movie, Vivian was supposed to find Kid had overdosed on drugs while Vivian was away with Edward. The writer debunked that in the Netflix series The Movies That Made Us Too.
So, that makes sense.
What a tragically different story that would have
exactly been. That changes the entire tone of the whole movie. Which is this film is incredibly lighthearted, despite some serious subject matters about having sex workers and all kind of stuff. This incredibly light about that.
Right. Julia Roberts' head was superimposed on Shelley Michelle's body for the poster. Richard Gere's hair is brown on the poster, but graying in the movie. The film's budget was not limited. So I guess they had an open budget. Therefore, the producers could acquire as many locations as possible for shooting on their estimated $14 million.
That's really incredible. It worked out. It worked out for them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
This also includes Ferrari and Porsche declined for product placement opportunity for the car which Richard Gere drove because they did not want to be associated with soliciting prostitutes. So...
car brands are incredibly weird about everything. I've learned about that, both from film history and in video game stuff like that too. Like stuff about cars being damaged or being fucked up in video games. Like that's why popular video games like Grand Theft Auto to have no licensed cars is like they don't want to be associated with people that do crime. It's like, what do you think?
But then you have Gran Turismo.
Yeah, and Gran Turismo,
everything.
But still, it was like a decade plus before they could show even the lightest amount of damage on a vehicle, like even scratching the paint or things like that, or cracking a windshield. Like Lamborghini is the only company I know of that they don't care at all. Like that's like Lamborghini agreed to do that Doctor Strange movie when the entire thing just gets destroyed, wraps around his hands, and cripples him from life. But every other car company has all these really specific things of we don't want to be associated with this with our car brand. They're human beings that drive cars. It's okay. Whatever.
During the scene where Vivian first enters Edward Spinhouse, the part where she asks him if it's okay if she removes her high-heeled boots was Julia Roberts' idea. The boots were actually hurting her feet.
Yeah, it makes sense for both the actress and the movie itself. No way that character wants to be in boots all day long.
All right, Kyle, here's another one for Edward. Al Pacino. He turned down the role of Edward after a screen test with Julia Roberts.
Okay, what do you think? How old he was when he did that? When he was offered that role? If he was any older than Richard Gere, I'm going to say no immediately, and I bet he was because I'm pretty sure Al Pacino was older than Richard Gere. So,
I don't know anymore.
I think so.
A
young Al Pacino, yes, I could see doing that because Al Pacino obviously he can do anything, but any older, the age disparity gets weird to me.
The 1989 offer of $3,000 adjusted for inflation in 2021. Has been calculated as equal $6,512.78, just over $1,000 a day for 6 days of work.
Not bad.
When Stuckey slams,
I do a lot of terrible things for $1,000 a day.
When Stuckey slams the door to his car, they actually had to replace it because the window broke.
Oh, shoot.
Burt Reynolds was offered the role of Edward Lewis, but he declined. He jokingly said on the Piers Morgan show in 2012 that after he saw the film and the lovemaking scenes with Julie Roberts, that he made a mistake in not taking the part.
Yes, he did. And also, like, once again, like, Richard Gere did his own thing, did it perfectly well, but also, I love the idea of the Burt Reynolds version of this. That's a totally, oh, wow.
Yeah. In the shots of the city in the very beginning, you will notice that some of the neon letters in the hotel where Vivian lives are burned out. The only remaining lighted letters spell Ho, H-O, a slang synonym for prostitution.
Nice.
Disney didn't want Julia Roberts for the role of Vivian. Instead, they wanted Meg Ryan.
I could see that, yeah. I could see that.
Demi Moore turned down the role of Kit, which was her sister.
Mm-hmm. I think specifically in the 90s, like, every kind of female actress was, like, kind of played a very similar role in that kind of idea, or, like, the idealized woman of the 1990s.
So you say we should have had Tom Hanks as Richard Gere and Meg Ryan as Julia Roberts?
I'm just saying, like, of that decade, Julia Roberts was interchangeable with a lot of other female actresses of the time, I think. And so I can kind of fit anyone in that role, and they would have done an admirable job, but maybe they wouldn't have the same the spontaneity and kind of, like, innocence that Julia Roberts brought to the role. So, like, it would have been less, but I could see it working too. Like, you don't get the scene where Julia Roberts laughs when the case comes down in her hand. You don't get, like, the tickling feet.
Demi Moore might have punched him in the face.
Exactly. So it's a different movie, but still, I could also just see them just kind of putting any actress in there. Not saying anything wrong about any of those actresses or Julia Roberts. It's just, like, still they had that same kind of look to them, kind of the idea of, like, how they would have worked in the role. So, yeah.
Drew Barrymore auditioned for the role of Vivian, but was turned down because the director thought she was too young for the part.
I would agree.
Like,
how old was Drew Barrymore? Was she a child too? But Julia Roberts also would have been like hearing she's 22 now. I think, like, wow, that's really, really young. Because Julia Roberts stayed beautiful for so long, I didn't realize that she was young in this movie.
Winona Ryder auditioned for the role of Vivian, but was turned down because, again, the director felt that she was too young for the character.
Winona Ryder looks young too. So that explains a lot too. Like, she like on top of being a young actress at that time, she's kind of a petite build, I think.
Joan Cusack was considered for the role of Vivian.
Could have definitely worked. Yeah.
The car that Edward picks up Vivian in belonged to producer Nancy Gross.
Well, I don't know if she, like, Jamie Lee Curtis. I wonder if she would have considered the role. Wouldn't make sense. She actually probably, like, because she wouldn't look as, like, well, as a young prostitute necessarily. She would be actually close to whatever. Sorry.
Diane Lane was very close to playing Vivian Ward, but had to pull out to the final moment due to scheduling conflicts. John Travolta auditioned for the role of Edward.
No, but it is funny.
It was original. Oh, you all right there, buddy?
I'm imagining just him, like, he doesn't have platform shoes, so he just looks like a foot below Julia Roberts in every scene. It'd be hilarious. It'd be the first, like, Short King movie. Just like.
It was originally planned that the opera scene would be shot in San Francisco, but an earthquake forced them to relocate to the History Museum by USC. Mm-hmm. Jodie Foster, after she won her first Oscar in The Accused in 1988, said she was very interested in playing the role of Vivian.
Jodie Foster can do anything, so yes.
Uma Thurman also auditioned for the role of Vivian.
Wow. I'm never going to say no to more Uma Thurman just for completely selfish reasons.
What about Daryl Hannah? She turned down the part of Vivian as she felt it,
Yeah, I understand that. I can understand. Yeah. If especially, like, from the outside looking in before the movie's made, you're like, this movie about a sex worker falling in love with a rich guy. It sounds like a bad idea. But
it comes from Daryl Hannah. Wasn't she the one that was in Splash as the mermaid?
Decisions have to be made at different points in your life. Whatever. I mean, she had to do what she had to do.
Albert Brooks and Sylvester Stallone turned down the role of Edward Lewis.
Who's the first one you said?
Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks, I could see doing it. Sylvester Stallone would have looked like a fish out of water. It's like, I'm the best businessman in the world. Also, I can lift 1,000 pounds. Like,
Jennifer Connelly reportedly turned down the role of Vivian. I think she could have done it.
Yeah. Connelly would be too good.
Yeah. Dennis Quaid was considered for the role of Edward Lewis.
Ooh. Yeah, I could see that working. Different movie, once again, like it's a different feel when you add that actor in there, but it's a good movie.
The Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn movie that Vivian watches is Charade from 1963. The amount of the missing fortune in the film was $250,000, which is the same amount as the cost of the necklace that Vivian later wears to the opera. So a nice little callback to it. All right, here we go. Here's three more that were for Edward. Are you ready?
Yes.
Harrison Ford.
Yes, easily.
Bruce Campbell.
God, I would love to. That's in the same realm as Burt Reynolds for me, in that kind of like mindset of just like, oh man, that movie would have been ridiculous but amazing.
Oh, there's four. Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And John Hurd.
John Hurt. Could work.
I'll get to that in a minute. But in the scene in the tub, laundry detergent rather than bubble bath was used to create the thick, white, durable bubbles, with the unfortunate side effects that Julia Roberts' red hair dye began to run.
I bet.
You can see traces on her forehead and neck as Edward makes his proposition to hire her for the week. Immediately after filming the scene, Roberts required an emergency dye job.
That makes sense, actually. I can see it now, actually. I can think about it.
Kristen Davis did an audition for the role of Vivian, but turned it down. Here you go. For the role of Edward, Christopher Lambert. There can only be one. Highlander. He actually was considered for the role at the same time Molly Ringwald was in the running to play Vivian.
Antonio Banderas, something like that. I don't know. Just trying to think of other roles.
Disney wanted Sean Connery and Meg Ryan to the lead roles, which I think would have been great. Sean Connery's good in anything he does. Meg Ryan is too, usually.
I would think Sean Connery would have been too old for even then.
Wayne Knight. You know who Wayne Knight was?
Yeah, Wayne Knight. Yeah.
Newman. Was considered for the role of Philip Stuckey, which actually went to Jason Alexander, who they both went on to work on Seinfeld later.
Yeah, I would say they're kind of interchangeable in that kind of way of being like the kind of tubby comedy guy.
Leah Thompson auditioned for the main role, thinking the movie was a drama film rather than a romantic comedy. I think she could have done it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, once again, like it's like now. I think people underestimate how much like different actors give a entire different feel to me in a film, but like different feel.
Robin Williams was considered for the role of Edward. I don't know if he could have pulled it off. I think if it was going to be one of those movies that changed what he was normally doing, kind of like when he did 1 Hour Photo and what was it, Insomnia.
Yeah,
it would have been like a totally different genre than what he's used to playing. Could he have done it?
It's one of those things like if you casted Robin Williams and you changed the whole film to be around him a little bit more. No, like it's like Richard Gere is so well suited to this specific film that defines his
because
career.
Richard Gere basically he's doesn't have any comedy to him in this movie, and I don't know if Robin Williams could have went that long without the comedy aspect of it because
that's what I think.
Because the writing was more towards Julia Roberts' comedic side because she's coming from a place that she didn't have a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So like, but still, I think like Robin Williams, like they could have made that more of a comedy of Julia Roberts and Robin Williams playing off each other in a comedic way, and that being the chemistry of their romantic relationship. That could work too. I could see that movie, but also that is a very different movie than the one we got.
That's more of a comedy.
It is more of a straight comedy, but it's still a romantic comedy. It could still work. But I totally agree with you. Like the dramatic moments wouldn't have hit as strongly if it was Robin Williams specifically in that movie because like they would have gone a little too comedy. I agree, but still, it's a movie I would have liked to see.
Here's one. Sarah Jessica Parker was offered the role of Vivian, but she disliked the part, which is kind of funny because years later she would be on the popular TV show Sex and the City, where she plays a sexy character. So, Bridget, the sales lady who helps Vivian get her first cocktail dress, is played by Eleanor Donahue, the actress who played Ellie, the pharmacist in the Andy Griffith Show in 1960. She was also in Father Knows Best in 1954. So.
Yes. I got that in the
there's a director cameo, Gary Marshall. He's the voiceover of the man digging through the trash outside of Sylvester Stallone's house. It's dubbed in due to poor quality. When they filmed the scene with Vivian talking about wanting to be a princess who's rescued from a tower, they still hadn't written the movie's ending where Edward rescues Vivian. This has one of the weirdest endings.
It is one of the weirdest climaxes ever.
And who's the oh man, what's his name? The guy that says it's Hollywood where dreams can come true. I want to say it's
I didn't have him in the cast notes because he only had those 1-2 parts.
I want to say it's like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or somebody like that.
Yes, I believe you're right. It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I believe you are right.
You can see Richard Gere moving his tongue around inside his mouth as he is at the door of the penthouse yelling at Stuckey when he fires him and throws him out of the penthouse after catching him with Vivian. This is because Gere actually knocked a crown off of a molar during the scene, according to the director's commentary by Gary Marshall. So
he's just like swirling around with two. Like,
so.
Well, that's not good.
So Kyle, what's your thoughts on Pretty Woman? That's walking down the street. Pretty Woman. The one eventually you'll meet.
Yes.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman is an absolute classic and a banger. It's a great movie. I love it to death. I love it to pieces. It's a high note movie. It makes you feel good, and I absolutely adore it. There are aspects of it where you're like it deals with subject matters which deserve to be taken seriously in many respects, even today. But it's still a great film in its own right, and I think it still holds up really, really well. It's aged really well. It's not like it's not something you're like, oh, this is morally abhorrent now to some degree, or any more degree that you like. If you have a negative view of sex workers or prostitutes or something like that, then you'll still not like the movie. But overall, if you get over those kind of bumps, it's a great movie, in my opinion. So overall, I love this film. I've noticed like, no, I'm not gonna get into it now. But I changed my mind last second. But overall, this is a fantastic film, absolute classic, and it will be for generations to come, I'm sure. Absolute perfect. Jimbo, how do you feel about it?
I think the chemistry between Richard Gere and Julia Roberts is outstanding in this movie.
It was so nice they did it twice.
Yeah, really. But I think that when you have actors like that just play off of each other so well, and actresses that play off of each other so well, that it really shows on the screen. And I think the chemistry they had really came out of this really well. It's a very rags to riches type of movie, if you will. And it was just a good romantic comedy. And I say comedy, but I don't know if it's really a comedy. There's funny moments in it. It's more of a drama romance, with a little bit of comedy.
It has a lighthearted, like the snakes never get like very incredibly real or like destructive. It's like the stakes are never there. That's where it feels like it has a lighthearted mood. That's where I feel like it's the comedy stake into it, where like it never feels too serious,
right,
or too dark.
So overall, yeah, I think you should at least watch it at least once. It's. I mean, I can sit down and watch it every once in a while and still enjoy it every single time. So, there you have it. That's our episode on Pretty Woman. If you want to join us on the Facebook group we have, it is the Tragedy of Cinema podcast group. I think Kyle is starting TikTok. He says he is.
I'm going to become TikTok famous. Maybe do some podcast
he says TikTok,
stuff.
but I don't think he will.
I'm great at the ace commentaries. I leave great comments on other videos, and I get like 1,000 likes. I'm like, yes, but then like make my own videos. Like, I don't look at my face.
Don't forget our live show coming up in July. With Hillbilly Horror Stories and Middle Aged and Creeped Out here in Indianapolis. So
should be a fun time.
And our next movie we'll be covering is based out of Indiana, is the great sci-fi classic Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Absolutely.
Which is probably going to be a long episode because there's just so much stuff to talk about in that movie. So with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close. And Kyle, that's a wrap.
And cut.